welcome back. Pioneers and Builders in Jacksonville, or as we like to call it, PB and JAX. Have another 100 Men Who Care special episode here today. I'm with Rick Cartlidge. He's the Executive Director of Sanctuaries on 8th. Rick, thank you for being here. Welcome to the
Thank you,
show.
Randall.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad that we got to get you on this quarter's panel for you to pitch the nonprofit to see if we can win some money for you. I'm very excited to learn more about the organization as a whole. I'm excited to share what you guys are doing. So let's start right out of the gate. Sanctuary on 8th, Executive Director. Off camera, you told me this is your 16th summer with the organization. Give us a little intro and tell us, what is Sanctuary on 8th? What do you guys do and why is it so important to you?
Yes, Randall, thanks for having me. And I'm excited to talk about all things Sanctuary. Like you mentioned, this is my 16th camp. It's hard to believe. I've been the executive director there for 8 years. And me and the entire team pour our hearts into the children each and every afternoon in our after school program and during our 6-week summer camp. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to make long lasting positive relationships with all the youth that walk in the door. I think that's the goal of any after school or summer camp program. We're trying to be an extension to their church, their family, and their schools. And we do that in the after school and summer camp program by providing enriching opportunities, by having caring and loving adults and volunteers on staff, and by working with them each and every day through all the obstacles that they may have either on site or helping them with things that are going on at home in our program. So excited to be here today to talk more about the kids and the agency.
Yeah, of course. Let's start with you. 16 summers, 8 years as executive director. How did you get involved? And why was this the cause that mattered the most to you?
I'm originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I went to school in Reading, Pennsylvania to be a teacher. Always worked with young people when I was a teenager, knew I wanted to work with them after college. However, as I was getting ready to graduate, I realized that being a traditional classroom teacher wasn't for me. And for 4 years after graduation, I caddied at TPC Sawgrass. But as I was doing all those loops, something was pulling me to really start working with youth. And I found the after school summer camp program at Sanctuary in the newspaper, 2010. And I didn't realize that you could make this impact on young people's lives in this way. And so once I kind of expanded my thoughts on how you can help young people, I just fell in love with the agency and the mission. It's a small agency between 3 and 5 full-time employees. So it's still a grassroots, but we're at a moment where we're breaking through there and we're trying to be bigger and more impactful for the children.
Yeah, man, obviously wonderful. I was doing some digging earlier. It wasn't always Sanctuary on 8th, correct? It started as something else. It was named something else, and then it relocated, and correct me if I'm wrong, to the old post office building on 8th, and that's how it got its name. From a historical perspective, can you walk us through the history of the organization and how it got to be what it is today?
Sure. It started in 1992. It started on 6th and Silver Street at Springfield Presbyterian Church. And at that time, the board members were a big part of the after school program. To my knowledge, they were the ones running it, working with the kids, and it was just a small handful of people. And in 2000, with the help of the community and Dolores Barr Weaver, the Urban Ministries is what it was called at that time, moved to the old post office in Springfield to Station F, and they renamed themselves the Sanctuary on 8th Street. And they went from helping just a handful of children in the after school program to helping well over 100 in both the after school and summer camp programs. And we've been there since 2000.
So 25 years at the new place.
Yes.
As for the organization, I know that the after school programs, the summer school programs exist. Anybody who's brand new to Sanctuary on 8th and a kid walk through the doors tomorrow, what would the expectation be for that child as they enter into the organization?
Well, the expectation is we would want them there every day. That's a major focus. We want the kids there K through 8th grade. The other focus, we want to help them with their academics. We want to help them with their social emotional growth. We have a counseling program on site. So we're having kids in one-on-one 30-minute sessions throughout the week. But the expectation is to be firm with them and loving and a place of safety all at the same time. And that can be difficult when you're talking about the 3 to 6 p.m. time frame working with young people. They're tired. They could be hungry. They've been at school all day. There's lots of challenges there. The children we're working with live in and around generational poverty. And so there's a wide variety of obstacles that they face each and every day. The former executive director, who I'm very close to this day, likes to say that living in generational poverty is like being chased by a lion. And so when you have, if you believe in that, and that was really challenging for many years for me to believe. I haven't had I haven't experienced poverty. And so I've learned so much by working with the children on A Street that I do believe that phrase to be real. And so the sanctuary, again, is looking to be linking up with church, school, family to be another positive lifeline in the children's lives.
For the children that take part in Sanctuary on 8th Street, do they have to be local to the area? Is it local schools and they have the ability to just to walk over?
In the after school program, what's effective is we have 4 vans. So we're going out in the community, picking up from the schools. One of those schools would be Andrew Robinson and R.L. Brown. We have around 20 middle schoolers walk from Springfield Middle every day. So that's what makes up our close to 80 kids on the roster is what we hover around every day. So that's how that works. As far as summer camp, with kids being out of school, obviously you're able to spread a little bit more out, and you'll have kids who only come in the summer camp program from different areas of town.
Talking about the Weaver family kind of helping spearhead the funding part. In 2025, walk me through the funding process for you guys. I assume you're a 501c3. So do you guys get state level funding, city level funding, national funding? Walk me through the percentages between government funding, but also through donorship as well.
The sanctuary is fortunate to have a good mix of city money, from foundations, from families, longtime donors since we've been around for a long time. So there's a good mix of all that. There's no state money right now or no federal money. But we're thriving and we are providing more for the children. But the need it's only getting greater. And we want to give them the very best that they deserve. So we're looking to improve all things literacy, enrichment programs, the facility. We want to just pour everything into the kids and give them the very best.
Whenever you raise money from the donors, are there events that you do that you put on in order to raise that money?
Our biggest event takes place in the fall. It's called the Shindig. Historically, it was at the Garden Club in Riverside. The last few years, we've had it at Brick and Beam. They've been really, really generous to us, Amy and Josh Smith. But it's gotten bigger, and we've enjoyed keeping it in Springfield. So we're moving it to the Phoenix Art District, which is just 6 blocks away. So that'll be there on October 2nd. We're looking to get over 300 people there. So we would love to see some people from the 100 Men and friends of PB and PB JAX. But the Shindig is our biggest event. And then with some new staff members coming in, some new life, which has been just a blessing for the kids, myself, the entire team. We've been able to bring in a Thanksgiving event where we've had families, donors, volunteers, kids, staff having a Thanksgiving dinner the week before Thanksgiving. And we've also had a Friday Night Lights event in the spring. And so while those haven't been fundraisers, they've just been great community events for our families and children.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Just obviously getting eyes on what you guys are doing, even though if it's not a fundraiser, it could be a future visitor at a fundraiser who can help support what you guys are doing. Do you guys partner with any other nonprofits in the region, in the area, or in the city?
We partner with a lot of nonprofits. We've had a long time partnership with Hope at Hand Poetry. So we're taking children to do some spoken word, poetry, art lessons. That's for boys and girls. We go across the street once a week for martial arts called Noah's Ark. We walked our boys there today. Oh, there's so many. See the Girl with the Dolores Bar Weaver Policy Center, Center for Children's Rights, doing circles groups. We have Yoga for Change come in. Yeah, the list goes on. There's so many great nonprofits here that have great leadership and provide enriching activities for the kids that we've been able to be a part of that.
So when it comes to community, it means more than just the people who live in the area who are utilizing Sanctuary on 8th as a resource. You really do embody utilizing the different nonprofits and community resources that are afforded to you in Jacksonville.
Yes, We welcome them to use our space. We had a group come out 2 weeks ago to use it. We have a local church that uses our space. We're always trying to find ways to build community and to shine a light on Sanctuary on 8th Street. We joke as a staff that we're the best kept secret in Jacksonville, and we're trying to bury that so we can really get the word out to, again, do more for the children.
100%. Yeah. We're going to try and shed that secret label, make you guys about as well known as we possibly can. A really good opportunity to do that here. I'd love nothing more than to turn it over to you for a second. Is there a success story in your time with Sanctuary that has really impacted you or that you've held on to for a while and something that probably helps keep you going?
Yeah, yes, there's a lot. Getting goosebumps. I'm thinking about one because his last day was today. That's Vincent Walker, a young man that I met back in 2010. And he is now, I guess he would be 22 years old. He's getting ready to go to Johns Hopkins for an internship. He's getting ready to graduate Valdosta State. And, you know, it's all about relationships. That's what the former director, you've heard me speak about her, Vicki Watkins, that's what she says. It's all about long-lasting positive relationships. And, you know, Vincent is a great kid. He's a special kid. And it's hard to know sometimes what the Sanctuary did. But, you know, we talk to each other on the phone, we hang up, he says, "Rick, I love you," every time. I mean, it's stuff like that you just can't, it's hard to articulate. It's a feeling. And there's a lot of those scenarios of kids that are thriving and that are still in our network. We have, this year alone, we've had 5 children work in the program, giving back, and again, thriving in their lives. And Vincent Walker is one that comes to mind. So we're sad to see him go, as today was his last day.
I mean, that's no small feat, though. Johns Hopkins, that's special.
Yes, it is.
Congratulations on that. Obviously, congrats to him, but congrats to you and congrats to the organization for setting him up for success, man. That's what this is all about. I got one final question for you. We've got the pitch coming up on July 9th. I'm pumped. I'm sure you're pumped.
Yes.
It's a really cool location. You're going to have a lot of really great people in the room. They're going to have an opportunity to hear more about what you're doing. Let's say we go through the pitch and you are fortunate enough to win the money. Where does that money go? How impactful would 10 grand be to the organization? And just walk us through, how you would divvy up those resources across the nonprofit.
The goal, there's many goals with Sanctuary, but one is to really dive deep into all things social and emotional learning. And the way that you can do that is by bringing in trained professional counselors to work with children in small settings, whether one-on-one or one-on-two. And so if the Sanctuary was to win this award, this gift, we would be able to provide more children with that resource. And that's an extremely vital resource. I don't need to go on a tangent about the obstacles that kids living in generational poverty face. And so when you have this one-on-one therapy, it can be life-changing for a young person.
Well, I'll be the first to say, man, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Your competition's stiff, but so is theirs. It's going to be a very interesting day. I'm beyond everything that goes into this event. I'm just happy that I got to meet people who are doing amazing work for this city and for this community. A lot of people are going to shake your hand on the 9th and tell you that you're doing great work. But I do want to be the first person from the 100 Men Who Care board and the team to say thank you for everything that you do for this city, for these kids. And I can't wait to see you on the 9th and see how you do, man.
Thank you, Randall. Thank you for the opportunity.
You're very welcome. If anybody wants to get in touch with you specifically, reach out, maybe they felt something today and they feel compelled to give, donate, volunteer, how can they reach you?
They can email me at rick@sanctuaryon8th.org, or they're happy to give me a call.
Okay. I'll make sure that's in the show notes.
Okay.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.